Hi guys, I'm Rhiann Edwards and I am a self-published young adult paranormal and fantasy writer. So I want to dive straight back into YouTube with the Authortube newbie tag. So I've got some questions to answer and we will see how we do. Let's get started. Question 1 is, what's your book pitch? If you have multiple works, choose your favourite. Well, I am going to choose my Bloodline Alliance series, which is a young adult urban fantasy about shifters, magic and romance. When two races threaten to destroy each other for good, two unlikely heroes work together to race against the hunters trying to catch them and learn that freedom isn't the only thing worth fighting for. We have secrets that are worth dying to protect, we have some shifter yumminess, we have some pretty good magic battles, and we have a bit of humour threaded through all of that. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, then these books are for you. Book 1 and 2 are out now and book 3 is nearly released. Question 2. If I were a book, how would I pitch myself? Probably badly. So, holy smokes, I would for sure probably look better on the outside and be a hot mess on the inside. But in all seriousness though, I'd probably be one of those characters on a journey of like self-discovery, and I know that sounds very cliche, but that's why I write young adult, because I'm constantly still learning how I'm finding myself and who I am as a person. I think I'm getting there at the grand old age of nearly 30. I probably wouldn't know my true potential, still don't now. It's probably one of my weaknesses, and I would probably, there'd be a lot of humour because I tend to slip up and make so many mistakes. So that would be me in a book. So question 3, what do you usually write? Well, I'm a young adult paranormal and fantasy writer. Question 4, what's something you'll never write? Well, firstly, never say never, but I don't think I could ever write anything without romance. It's just, I can't do it. And that's what I read. I read romance as well. So the romance doesn't have to be a massive part of the story, but if there's no romance, I quickly lose interest, and I know that's not for everyone, not everyone feels that way, that's just me. I can read contemporary, but I tend to like the supernatural, paranormal, fantasy vibes in most of the things that I read. And it's the same for my writing as well. Question 5, what's your goal for starting your channel? You know what, I have dipped in and out of YouTube for a little while now, and I do a few videos and then stop, do a few videos and then stop, because I have like this little voice in my head which sounds remarkably like my husband, who is like, focus on your books, just write your books, just get the books out there. And that's great advice, but sometimes I need a break from writing, and I actually really like doing the videos, and I find it's another way to be creative, a different way to be creative, because they take a long time to sort of plan, film and edit, and I quite like the editing part of it. I've been learning different things, and I'm never going to get good at it if I don't actually keep on doing it. So actually my goal is just to commit and be here on a regular basis. But in terms of what I want the content to be like, well, I love watching videos about like daily author life and like writing videos and motivational stuff to keep you going. So I think that's probably what I'm going to be encompassing into this channel, but we'll see. Why don't you subscribe and check it out? Okay, so question 6 is, what made you want to start writing? Probably reading. Reading made me want to start writing. I love to read. I have read since I was very, very little, and I just freaking love stories, and I love to be immersed, and I do not mean this lightly when I say I probably wouldn't have made it through my teen years without books. I needed that escapism, and that's what I want to give to others. But so there's two halves here. There's what I want to give to others, but there's also, I write for me. I write because my brain is just full of ideas that I need to get out. And so I started my first full-length story when I was, what, 13, 14? And then it was just a scene, and then I wrote that for my GCSE English coursework in the days when coursework still existed. I actually don't know if it exists anymore. Anyway, so, and then there was a bit of encouragement from people that read it. English teacher, and there was a student with the English teacher as well, and then I just carried on writing. That's actually my debut novel, Authortube, and the second book of that is a duology, but I have taken them down because I want to sort of revamp and relearn, because that's how I learnt the hard way, that I need to plan, I am a planner, plan. I cannot pants my way through a novel. So many plot holes. Went off on a tangent there, but question 7 is, what's your publishing path? I am indie and proud. I self-publish. Question 8, which I think I may have already started to answer in another question, is what content do you bring to the Authortube table? Okay, so that is a tough one, as I'm just starting out. I want to sort of find my feet and how I want to do things. But I love to watch like writing vlogs and daily life vlogs, and how authors sort of go through their daily life, because I find it quite interesting. Every author seems to be very, very different. So I probably want to emulate that a bit, but obviously make that my own, share my life. I am a mum of 2, and that is a very difficult job, especially when they are this young. I have a 2-year-old and a 3-month-old, and I am from England, so I say mum, not mum, but I do quite like the word mum, and I think it's fun. We've got to have a bit of fun. Life can be so depressing, and I feel like every month or nearly every week we're reminded how short life is and how precious life is, and I just want to have fun with it. I want to grab onto the fun things, and that's this. Question 9, what is your biggest writing struggle? Well, assuming that I've actually had the time to write, I would say publishing and marketing, but again, bringing it back down to the writing itself, I'd say it's containing my ideas. So I'll have loads of ideas pinging around, and I'll want to put them into like one book, which is probably not wise. So like probably the amount of ideas I have for a book at any one time could probably fill like 15 books. But why not have like time traveling shifters fighting demons and angels whilst this warrior princess like saves the world because she's prophesied for this. Oh dear, are you okay? She's just coughing in her sleep. Where was I? Oh yes. And like maybe there's some dragon shifters who are fighting the Fae who want to take over the world. I don't know. That may be exaggerating a fair amount, but the point still stands. I need to contain my ideas, and then sometimes they're so wild I actually don't have a solid idea because there's just too many. So actually coming up with that initial outline and streamlining those ideas is probably what I find the hardest. Okay, question 10 is that's 5. Question 10, what's your best writing skill? Well, I love the dramatic moments, that building of tension, and you know, I wouldn't say a fight scene necessarily, I do struggle with those, but the really tense moments, I love those. So the next part is choosing between 2 questions. So as I am counting myself as new, I'm going to answer the new question, which is, if I had, so if you're new to Authortube, what is your biggest Authortube question? Oh, I know, probably how do I get people to interact with a video? Like, how do I get them to see my video and interact with my video? Because I want to find people, I want to find like-minded people here, and I just don't know how to do that. Question 13, are you looking for any new channels to follow? Betas, CPs, or any other type of writer buddies? All of the above, all the time. No, but seriously, probably beta readers. So I have a couple of good cracking ones right now, but obviously, you know, life gets in the way, we go through busy periods, and it'd be good to have a wider group so that when things like that happen, I don't either have to like wait to get feedback back. If I had more beta readers in my circle, it meant that if a couple couldn't beta read at that time for whatever reason, I would still be able to get the sort of feedback that I need. So that would be quite good. And I do beta read for others too, so I'm always happy to do that if I've got time on my plate. But yeah, it's so hard to like build a trustworthy relationship that I value, especially online. Trust enough to give my work and actually value their feedback and input back. So yeah, finding new betas would be good. So if you're interested in beta reading, let me know, because I'm currently working on book 4 in the Bloodline Alliance series. Question 14 is, what are you most excited for during this new fresh start on Authortube? Honestly, just being myself and actually being here. That's what I'm looking forward to. The commitment to do something that I enjoy, that's separate to writing, being creative, and just being here and sharing everything with you guys. I think I have answered all of those questions. Now it says to tag people, but I'm a lonely little author over here, and so I'm just going to say, if you're watching this and you want to do the author newbie tags, then consider yourself tagged. I don't know if that's cheating or not, but we're going with it. So thank you for watching this Authortube newbie tag, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! The problems that they need to solve. That sounds rubbish. Jeez, even I wouldn't make that. Stay ahead of the hunters. I can't do a pitch. Can't pitch. So thank you for watching this Authortube newbie tag. Uh-oh. It's okay, baby girl. You've not been well, have you? No. Shall we say hi? Hi. Yeah. Mwah. You gonna sit there for me? Aha. Wow, look at that sitting. Oh, for mum life, y'all. Come on then, baby girl.